Hello students. Now today in this session of class 11th accountancy, we will be going to discuss about the preparation of the statement of accounting equation with the help of the few transactions. We have already discussed this thing in the previous session also, that how we have to prepare the accounting equation statement, and we have also shown the preparation by one of the numerical. So today we are taking one more numerical related with few more transactions. So I have already drafted the format for you, and the first transaction has been stated for you, that is started business with cash and goods. So in this numerical it is said that you have introduced 50,000 rupees cash and 30,000 rupees goods. So these two things are coming in your business. That means cash is coming in your business and the goods are also coming in your business. So cash is one of the asset for you and goods is also one of the asset for you. So first thing you have to find out this thing, that which are the items which are involved. So here we are saying that cash is involved. So that is asset for us, as well as goods. So that is related with stock. So this is also involved here. And when we are starting the business, so whatever investment we are making, that investment by the proprietor is known as capital. So third item that is involved here, it is capital. So capital is already drafted here for you. So what it is said, that we have introduced 50,000 cash. So 50,000 rupees cash. With this we have also introduced goods of rupees 30,000. So here it is 30,000. And it becomes the total capital of 80,000 rupees. So total capital is 80,000. So what we have observed, that cash has got a balance of 50,000. Then stock is balance at 30,000 and total amount, that is 80,000, is the capital balance after the first transaction. Okay. Now we move to the second event. Second event says purchase goods for cash 30,000 and on credit from Karan rupees 20,000. So second equation. Purchase goods for cash and on credit. So these are the two modes of purchasing the goods. We have purchased goods for cash 30,000 rupees and on credit from one of the party, that is Karan, 20,000. So what we are observing, that the goods of 30 plus 20, 50,000 are coming in the business. So this will be added in your stock. So your stock will increase by 50,000 rupees in this event. And then what it is said, out of this 30,000 you have paid. So your cash will decrease by 30,000 in this event. So decrease of cash. And then 20,000 rupees are still to be paid by you. So when it is said that 20,000 are still to be paid, so that means that amount is outstanding there, and that is in the name of one particular person, that is Karan, to whom you have to pay that money. So he is your creditor. So one more account will be opened here in the liability side, that is now the new account is open, that is known as creditor. So there was no adjustment of creditor in the first transaction. So after first there was no creditor. So now in this event there is no change in your capital, but you can see that the creditor has increased by 20,000 rupees. So 20,000 rupees creditor. So now after this equation, what we can see, the balancing figure, 20,000 is still there with us in the form of cash. Now 80,000 is the total amount of goods of the stock which we are having, and capital is 80,000 and 20,000 is the creditor. So what we have observed, that after this equation, the cash balance was 20,000 stock moved to 80,000, and then capital 80 as well as creditor 20. So the total of both the sides, 20 and 80, 1 lakh, and 80 plus 20, 1 lakh. So assets of 1 lakh as well as the liabilities of 1 lakh. Okay. So this says that after every transaction we have to check the total. The total of asset side and liability side should be same. Then comes the third equation. The third condition, goods costing rupees 40,000 were sold for 55,000. Now we have sold goods. So it is said that goods costing rupees 40,000 were sold for 55,000 rupees. So this is the event which has taken place. So the worth of good was 40,000. So that means ultimately what will happen in this transaction, that we will sell the goods of 40,000 worth, जिसकी वर्थ जो है उसकी कॉस्ट प्राइस 40,000 है. तो जो स्टॉक हमारे पास है वो क्या हो जाएगा, 40,000 रुपीज रिड्यूस हो जाएगा क्योंकि ये सेल हो गया हमारा. एंड दिस गुड्स वी हैव सोल्ड फॉर 55,000. हमने इसको सेल किया है एट द सेलिंग प्राइस ऑफ 55,000. तो 55,000 रुपए, 55,000 we will receive in cash. So we will receive 55,000 rupees. Okay. So now see, 20 and 55 becomes 75. First we will forward this total. Then 80 minus 40 becomes 40,000. So your asset side total is now 1,50,000. And what we are observing here, capital is 80,000 and creditor 20,000. So there is no change in creditor in this event. So no change. So if we will observe this thing that 150 is the total here and there it is still 80 plus 20, 1 lakh. So how it will become the same? So what is the concept that is followed here? That means there is one more account which is showing the effect of this thing, because we are saying that goods worth rupees 40,000 were sold for 55,000. So that means we have earned the income of 50,000 on these goods. So that is the profit which we have earned, and the profit will increase your capital. So there will be an increase in capital, rupees 15,000. So now your capital will become 95,000. Your creditors will remain as it is, 20,000. And now you can see 75, 14, 150. 95 plus 20, 1,50,000. So after this equation also, what we have observed, that the total of all the sides are same. Now the next equation. Withdrew cash for personal use 10,000. Next equation. Withdrew cash for personal use, that is 10,000 rupees. So what we have done here, we have withdrawn cash amount rupees 10,000 for personal use, and when we are withdrawing the cash amount for personal use, that is 10,000 rupees, so what will take place, it will decrease your cash. आपका cash decrease हो जाएगा, and it will have no effect on the other asset, that is your stock, क्योंकि इसमें stock पे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है. Same thing on liability side, there is no effect on capital, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है. But when you are withdrawing the amount for your personal use, it will reduce your capital. Okay, so this will reduce your capital. As a drawing, you have withdrawn the money. Drawings is that amount which you have withdrawing for personal use. So when you are withdrawing the money from business for personal use, it will reduce your capital. So now your capital balance is 85,000 rupees. Creditor still 20, so total liability 1,05,000. Here it is 40,000 stock and 75 minus 10, 65,000 is your capital, sorry, cash balance. So total 1,05,000 and 1,05,000. So after this equation also what we have observed is the balance of the assets and the liability side total are same. Now one more equation. Rent outstanding rupees 2,000. There is an outstanding rent. This is related with the adjustment entry. Outstanding rent 2,000. The amount which is not yet paid by you. So if the amount that is not yet paid by you, that will create your liability. So one more liability will increase here, that is outstanding rent, okay, or outstanding expenses, if that rent will come, okay. So from top to bottom up till the stage where we have not shown any effect of this thing, what we will be doing, we will be just making that formulation clear. That means nothing is coming from here to here. Up till this stage there was no entry of outstanding rent. But now this is the first time when we have introduced the outstanding rent. So outstanding expenses will increase by 2,000 rupees. It will increase by 2,000 rupees. So 2,000 is the amount of outstanding rent what we have added there. There is no change in the amount of creditor. So creditor will not show any change. Now cash, so there will be no change in cash also because we have not paid the money, so no change in cash, as well as no change in the stock because it is not related with the stock. So total of asset side shows 1,05,000 and here 85, already we have got the capital previously 20, so 1,05,000 is already the previous total, but now there is 2,000 rupees in this adjustment which has increased your liability. So how it will be affected, where it will be affected? So this is an expense for you whether you have paid or not. So anytime whenever you will be paying these expenses, only this adjustment will be reversed. So this will definitely reduce your capital. So if it is an outstanding expenses which is not paid, it will increase one of the liability and decrease your capital. So now your capital balance will become 83,000 and your creditor will remain as it is 20,000 and there will be the new balance of outstanding liability, that is outstanding rent 2,000. So total of liability 83 plus 20 103 plus 2 105, 1,05,000. So here also the total 40 will remain as it is, no change. 65 will remain as it is. So there is also no change. So 1,05,000. So this shows that whatever type of transactions you are entering into your business, if those transactions are being analyzed properly by you, that is the items are properly analyzed by you, which items are affected, whether these are related with assets or liability. Second thing, you have analyzed properly that whether there is an increase in amount or the decrease in amount. So at the end of the day, after putting those in the statement and matching them with the previous balance, you will get the same balance on both the sides with every new transaction. That's why it is said that accounting equation hold good in each and every circumstance or situation. Whatever may be the transaction, whatever might be the nature of the transaction, if you are analyzing the things correctly, then you will definitely see this thing that after each and every transaction, your total will be same on both the side. So this proved good in each and every condition. Okay. So hope now this is clear to you that how you have to prepare the statement of accounting equation. Thank you and have a nice day.